Okay, now everything is set and it's so nice to be back for the live stream. Last week we didn't have a stream, and then before that we had a live stream from the work field because I had to finish the summer project, and then I decided that let's try a streaming from the work field, and that was a very short stream. I just wanted to show how small work field looks in Finland, what you can do, and some people some people liked it. It's a refreshing change. And what we are going to do today, it's a really free form live. I think I have around an hour here. I have a couple of examples what people have been doing. I have got a lot of messages. Then I have been also cleaning my work list. I had a crazy amount of stuff what was there hanging because I took a one too many gigs during the summer, and then I went completely off the schedule, and it caused a bit problems. That's why last night some people were getting messages, did they receive a occupational safety card, because I didn't mark that did they receive it, because sometimes Finnish mail takes a long time, and turn out to be that all the cards reached their owner and everything was actually in order. But now I have cleaned my list, and then I have prepared a couple of topics people have asked a lot. They will be a separate video because they are like how to find some specific job, like a forklift job, warehouse job, and different fields. And I get those questions a lot. And then I can tell today about a couple of cases that we have been working with, because people have messaged me a lot, asked a couple of tips and help with the work applications, and we have worked together. And yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I got a really nice message that it was a 2 week project, and they actually got their feet in that company. They got a very good and positive feedback, and now the company is waiting that they will finalize the recruiting round. But I really believe that that guy is in a very high chance of getting that job, because they wouldn't ask you for an interview, they wouldn't tell about the company, they wouldn't tell about the products you would be doing if they wouldn't be really considering hiring you. And let's see that, can I open a chat? I can see that one joined. I'm straight away attacking when people join. Let's see. I'll write in a chat that hi there. And if you want, you are logged in the YouTube platform, send a message in a chat. Then I know that it works. I also open it here with me, the another chat screen. Okay, here I can't see, so I will open it here. A lot of typing again in the middle of the live stream, but this is how they are. They are not recorded. Okay, then I need to take a sound off. Okay, they're done. Okay, the chat is not working from the driver's side again. It's good that I opened the another one. There, I wrote it. Hey, who do we have online? Now it's a really good chance to get the personalized help and and direct tips, because that's the idea of the live streams. You join, you can ask questions, and I will answer, and I can actually show how to do some certain things. Hey, no shot. Hi. Yeah, we just had a session together. How are you doing? And good that you joined. Now it's a golden chance to ask that what kind of help you need, what I can show, because I can tell about different kinds of uh, staff leasing companies. I can show you how to find companies online with free tools. Then, if needed, I can show how to create, for example, letter to company. What's the system? Because when there's a job application, if you apply, you send the application, and then if you stay and wander at home and wait them to answer, that possibility will slide away. That's 100% sure. So I can tell about the system, how to get attention of the company and how to get your feet between the door. Yeah, it's good to hear that you are fine. But what's our topic today? Now it's up to you. I can pick any, and I can have like I can go them through again while you are thinking because there's small delay with the chat. The options were staff leasing companies, how to look local companies with free tools, or what's the process to get your feet in between the door when there has been an application online. What would you like to hear? I'll ask it also in the chat. Yeah, it's so odd that delay because I have a studio here. Picture is a different face there. Then I have a stream on the another side of the screen, and then I have a my browser on a what is this left side. Good, using our safety card. Okay, I can tell you about occupational safety card, and I can see 4 people online that if you have gone through the training to get the occupational safety card, and I'll tell this to people if who don't have a card maybe yet. Occupational safety card is a certification for you that you have gone through the training where they tell you about obligations, responsibilities, couple of tips uh, how to use a system called safe ways of working. Basically, it means when you plan your task, you add their safety by recognizing risks. An idea of that system is to find the least risky working method and the best tools to use. And it's really useful system. It's used in the construction site and industrial sites. And then my favorite one is that when I'm doing a freelancing gigs, that's the way what keeps my bottom line good because then I avoid unnecessary costs. So that's a bit of background of occupational safety card. We have different cards in Finland, but if you pick a course, pick the one which is under Työturvallisuuskeskus because that's the only card what works on every work field in Finland. So let's assume we have got the card, done the course, we passed the test, and how do we use it? Basically, occupational safety card is key to enter high risk working fields. They are like industrial work fields and then construction for work fields. But because in Finland, work fields are and workplaces are considered as a common workplaces, it means that everybody has the same rules. An employer can and actually has to say what kind of specifications, certificates, qualifications people have. So it actually means that if you even want to visit construction site, you need to have a safety card. Maybe sometimes they let visitors to come without safety card, but same rules applies for visitors. Then they need to tie you with some another guy who is all the time following you. And that's actually the case usually. But yeah, my favorite moment, second cup of coffee. So how do we use it? Okay, now you can now you can start to apply for construction jobs and industrial workplaces because every time, even if you send an open application, they will ask the occupational safety card number and validation day, and it's saved in their system. And it's really good that you have it in advance because then you are ready to go. And I'll put a screen share. I'll show you what I would do. thanks, thanks, Rohani. I really like this example. And this is from my point. Let's assume I didn't have card. I moved to Finland and I got my first certification to allow me to enter in specific fields. And let's see, screen share comes here. I think this is the right tab. Oh yeah, looks good. Okay, what would I do first? Uh, I'll use Google. It gives us. Okay, my Google search history, but you will live with it. Uh, let's start biggest one, offering uh, offering construction works. I would go to the Bolt webpage. I'll paste this one in the chat. You can copy it. And then I would pick a language English. And here, check this one. Does it go through here? Okay, not this one. I would maybe just take a login. Click the login. Okay, it threw me in their system. What should I do? Should I log out? Will it, will it? Just a second. I'm logging out. How do I log out? Good question. I'll take a Ignito window and now I will change the screen. Just bear with me. Always, always in a live like this, but these are so fun. Okay, we have a card. We are looking for staff leasing companies because we want to go to construction field. I would go first Bolt because it's a good company, and then I would let's see, is here a register? Okay, here you can put your phone number and then it will start the logging process and signing up process. And you just saw a screen where I had my own account open. And there you will find jobs. I have actually a video from this category. But yeah, I would first go to the Bolt and then I would go for go on. I would sign up also here. They have a really nice uh, form. Let's see if here is an open application. Here you can see open positions and I'm wondering, do we have it here? Yeah, you need to create. But hey, I have a video how to join to even to go on. So I would sign up for a go on. Then I'm trying to remember. Uh, yeah, hi Arif. Um, hi, hey Ruhani, which city you were from? I can actually check it from 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 my database because I want to see what's next to you. Hey, really good. Vanta. Awesome. So so we don't have a problem there. So go on works for you, and then let's see. Let's pick a one more, which is English friendly company. So we have a Bolt, we have a Go On, and then okay, lisäpalvelu. That's a bit sometimes a language barrier there. Not too often. Uh, what I have seen, Amico. Let's try Amico is strong there. I'm actually planning to. Okay, Adeco, Amico. But we have a lot of different companies. And let's see, do they have an English option? I can't see it straight away. But okay, now we have three ones here. I would sign up to those services. And then these are the biggest ones operating in whole Finland. And then uh, I I can show you how to find local companies because you are located in Vantaa. Then I would go to webpage called finder.fit. This is the best free tool you can have. I'll paste it also in the chat that this is a company directory. I'll write it also in the chat. Yeah, here it is. And now we are located in Vantaa, and we first want to find those staff leasing companies because we want make somebody to work for us. And then we write Henki Löstö Vuokraus. We put a comma and then we put location, Vantaa. And check this out. We have straight away 182 different options to contact companies. And let's see, so something I know. You should check all of them through. What is take work? Oh, that's a new one for me. So I click that open. Now I need to share a different screen again. It opened this kind of a page. Let's see how big company it is. Okay, it's a big one. Their turnover, you can see here, 2023, 2.7 million euros. So it means that they have some activity. And then I would go to their webpage. I'll actually copy this one, then it doesn't mess up with my screen sharing. We can use the same tab all the time. Yeah, it worked. Let's see what they have. Let's see open positions, avoimet työpaikat. Here they say, hey, check this out. Helsinki, construction workers, 6 PCs. This is a good tip. If you have skills to tile, when I worked in a recruiting company, one of our biggest problem was to find people who can actually tile. It's a skill. It doesn't fit for everybody. Like I can tile, but I can say straight away that I'm not fast because it's not really into me, that system. I need to check that it goes nicely. I need to take a bit distance and look how the tiling is and then fix if something is not in the line. I don't have ability to see the results from the small part. I need to see a big picture. And then uh, we had a guy who was looking for a tractor driving excavators a couple of weeks ago. Here would be one. And then here is if you have a good experience from construction field. Hey, check this out. Espoo, next to Helsinki with good connections, can easily go from Vantaa. Here we have 10 places open. Okay, now we got interested because uh, Ruhani was checking for, I think it was a construction work, maybe, but at least occupational safety card gets you in this field. Let's see how can we apply. Let's take the Helsinki. It's a bit closer to us. And here is työnkuva. It tells what you are supposed to do. Installation works. It can be simple. I don't think it's furniture installation because that's a skill you need that you can make a good work because you don't have that room for an error. But it could be some basic installations, windows, lists, you name it. Painting, plastering. Okay, that one needs a bit skill. I don't know why they put construction worker for plastering. It can't be anything where you need that big skill. And maybe it's this one, aputyöt. It means a pair of helping hands. And then cleaning here. And here, exactly something we are looking for. Kielivaatimus, language requirements, Finnish or English. So we are getting warmer. We have found something good for us. And let's click high pike. And then, hey, check here, like it. Yeah, I know how that system works. I will explain it really soon for you. And here we will find our information. Let's not put mine. I'm not, I don't want to go work in Helsinki. Fill, kielitaito. Very often they ask for driving license, training. This one goes the way that you fill here, the school and so on. And then with lisäkoulutus, you can add a new one. You can see that we might have here a small barrier because their system is in English. But if you face a problem that you want to apply for some very specific job, uh, I can help you with the form. That's not the problem. I can explain what it is, how it goes. Just hit me with a message that, hey, I want to apply to these jobs on this page. And then I'll take and create, uh, it's not a live room, it's a kind of a recording room where we will fill it together. I will record it. Then we will blur in editing all the personal details. With AI, we can even change your voice that it doesn't, that if you don't want to hear your voice in a video, it's so easy to change. And then you get free help and I get a small video. That's how it works. And then just fill information, a bit hobbies and so on. And here it says hakemus, if you have something, CV. Here is hakemus to this position. If you have a specific job, okay, full-time job. I'll come that to next. And then here's a picture. And why it is important to have a picture uh, with application? Because if they pick a person, they usually pick the person which has a good application, the person is active, and then they also have everything ready provided. And you can put here your picture because they are going to order Valttikortti for you. It's the ID you use in a construction field and also industrial field. It's a mandatory by the law. And then the picture is ready there, and they can just order that Valttikortti, print the temporary copy of it, and you're really good to go and fast. I noticed in the office that people picked the application where the picture was ready and it was so easy and fast because, like people are, they tend to be sometimes a bit lazy and pick the easy options. So, okay, this is how we apply to these positions. Uh, I'll tell you one thing before, and then I'll tell about the how to get the full-time job and what actually it might mean in Finland this moment. Uh, now, this one applies to all systems, staff leasing companies, job applications, and so on. And This one uses a system called Liked. It takes all your information to their backend. All details you have filled, they can search people later there, they can browse, print, they can do whatever they want. It's a good system. I have used it. But thing is, when they open an application, people start to apply in bulk. Like you get easily several hundred applications, and it's just a long list of names. It's not that easy to go through all of them properly because you need to click it open, you need to pull a CV out from there, you need to read it, then you need to go back. And what happens when applications are coming, you send yours in in couple of hours there might be a 10 in front of you, and if it's couple of day delay, yours will be in really deep. And then there's a big chance that they will never contact you. And you're wondering, hey, I applied for this job and nobody ever contacted me. And what you need to do when you send an application, in a couple of days, contact the company. Ask, did they receive application, what they are thinking, and then the best part, ask, can they tell about the job? What are they exactly doing? What kind of project it is? What kind of tasks there might be? Just tell that you want to know that if it's a good fit to your skills. And that's how you open the conversation there. And then you ask that, hey, can you take me an interview? How are you doing? They usually say that they are now going through applications, but it will take a couple of weeks that they are ready to have interviews and so on. And that moment, you will write that in your calendar that in 2 weeks they are starting interviewing, and you will call them or email them just before the 2 weeks is full and ask that, hey, did you get good applications, and you mentioned that you're having interviews yet, then ask directly that, hey, when I can come and visit, because you want to show yourself in a real life. And then you are in top couple of persons to get that place. And if it's a good fit for you, the chance to get that position is way better, because if you just send an application, I can guarantee that your chances to get that work is it's pretty much close to zero, because at the moment market is what it is, and and every open position gets easily hundreds of applications. But odds are on your side because people usually just send that application out and they does nothing else. So there is a shortcut for you. And that one works with every job. Like I can tell you now example we did. It started a couple of weeks ago and I chatted with the guy recently. I really like the guy. He's active and I bet he will do fine. But starting case was a lot of applications sent out and zero responses. And I was wondering that, hey, why is it so? Why people don't answer to me? And we went through a couple of previous applications, the letters he sent to company, and then we changed the tactics just a bit. First of all, we found an open position. We create an application there. We had a very clean, simple CV with all the details you can easily spot. The idea there is that CV you have to be able to read, I would say 5 seconds. You need to see it from one look, what this guy can do, what's the education, and so on. And then on top of that, it's not enough that you send application and CV. Also, we contacted the company. We created an email. And now I have seen a lot of emails people have been sending out. And there's a one common feature. Okay, the positive thing is that every email I have seen has been, the start has been really good. And what has been in good, because they have been in the beginning, it has been an honest, open conversation. They have been telling that, okay, I'm from this and this country. I came here for different reasons. Like my wife came to study, I came with her, with my family, and now I need to find a job. And then after that, there comes a bit trickier part where the email goes or the message goes the wrong direction. Then there has been, I'll pick one example, not going to go through all. Like in one email, uh, the person told that, hey, I'm ready to do any job you have. I'm in a bad financial situation. Okay, that one puts a bit alerts for the companies from the recruiter point of view. That might feel a bit trouble because okay, financial problems and so on, and willing to do any job. Maybe will take a job what is not good fit for him or her, and then the job performance is also maybe not that good. And then what was common in 90% of the messages I have read is the end part. And that end part is created by AI. And I have tried it. AI really makes it. It says that I think I will be a good fit to your innovative, positive, you name it, team, and I will be a good member, giving my best out, and so on. That one sounds, especially when it's translated in Finnish, that sounds very generic, AI made, and straight away that email or message loses the personal touch. Because why do we send that message to companies? We want to open the conversation. We want to be open and personalized, and and get them to feel what kind of person we are. So we made a bit change. We changed that message a bit. And how did we change it? The start was really good. I came to Finland with my family. I'm looking for a work. Okay, we dropped out the I do any work part. We added there, hey, I have experience on your field, and and I have done similar jobs before. And then we asked that, hey, just to make sure that the work would be a good fit for me, can you tell more about it? Because we want to have a call to action in it. It's not enough that the person reads the message. We need to grab that person from that another side of the screen and pull it to talk with us. And when we have done that, our odds are getting higher the time goes on. And then we finalized the letter that, hey, I would like to come and visit and introduce myself, and I can come anytime is good for you, or we can agree for the time. And that email is a really short, but it wakes up the person on the another side of the screen. We had a call to action. We made them to react, and then we offered them easy solution that, hey, just reply to message and we come and see you if we are a good fit. Yeah, that was that part. And then you always write it in the, for example, Excel, Google Sheets. It doesn't matter that here I have contacted this company, I sent a letter out, and then we wait for the answer. But we wait like, let's say 2 3 days, not more, because a lot things can happen between. And we ask that, hey, how are you doing? Is everything going good there? I sent an email earlier. I'm really interested in this position. That do you have a time to meet? Or again, do you can you tell more about the job? And that's how you get their attention. And with that guy, it worked really well. We did exactly same steps. Applied for a work, waited several days, sent a message. We asked, how are you doing? Can you tell more about the job? And we would be ready to come interview if we feel that it's a good fit. They answered, We received application. We have 300 applications at this point, but we are aiming to start interviews in 2 weeks. We made a note. Okay, interviews in 2 weeks. We waited almost 2 weeks and sent them email and asked that, hey, 2 weeks has gone. How are you doing? Do you have application times? Can you tell more about the job? And bang, we got an interview. They told about the job. They told about the company. They even showed what they are doing. Really good signs, by the way. And then now it's in the stage that we are waiting that will that job land on us. And this one happened just with couple of changes. So there's a system, and I will be in recent weeks because my summer projects are gone now. I don't want to take new ones. I still have a one I need to visit, and I will show you. Let's call this my summer holiday with you. It's something fun to do. So that's how we wake up companies with couple of steps. And now to Naushad Ruhani's question: how on earth we can find a full-time job? This is a golden question. And I'll tell you a couple of words about the Finnish job markets that we understand the environment we are trying to get in a bit. Let's start first from the company's point of view because it's important to understand what kind of uh, what it requires from company. What's the barrier to hire more people? I can say that the biggest barrier is to hire the first person. After that, it gets easier for companies. So we need to pick a company who has workers. Uh, when companies hire workers in Finland, they get a lot of responsibilities. They need to arrange. Uh, yeah, I'm reading the question there, but I will tell this one first. They need to have healthcare, they need to have insurances, then they have responsibilities if you are sick, they need to pay a salary for it, and so on. So, what does that make the job markets on the different levels? A bit positions which requires less skills, like when you are cleaner, you are construction worker, but you are at a professional level, uh, all kind of different works. Let's assume that it doesn't need education. Maybe that's the key word here. Those position goes mostly through staff leasing companies. Why do they go? Because uh, then the company who hires a person has less responsibilities and it's more flexible. And that one also means usually a shorter job piece gigs, like couple of weeks, couple of days, some months, even a years. That one has happened a lot. But why do I recommend staff leasing companies as a one way to start? That's how you build a network, and that one will land you for a permanent job. And many companies, because staff leasing companies are not only leasing people, they are also recruiting for companies. And I know a lot of companies who uses only staff leasing companies to get people in because then they can see what kind of person came. And the rule is that if the person works 6 months, then the company can hire them directly without any sanctions. And like Kouvola, we have a concrete element factory. They use these staff leasing companies, and then they take a worker and they want to see what kind of person is this. And then after 6 months, if they are still happy and they feel that, hey, this is our guy, they will give you a permanent work agreement. So that's why I mentioned with full-time job at staff leasing companies. Then another companies, that only way is that they have a lot of work to do and they are apply They have open applications. That's the only way. You need to apply, and then you need to get the work agreement. Thing is, every agreement in Finland has a trial time. It can be from couple of weeks to, was it 4 or 6 months? Now I should remember, but I can't. I was just on a small long weekend holiday. I forgot everything. So in that time, they can cut the agreement without any sanctions any day. But then also you, if you don't like the company, you can cut the agreement and say that this wasn't my thing, that I'm now leaving. But main thing is you provide value for the company. They get more income than they pay for you, and that's the reason why they would offer a full-time job. There's no clear answer to this. Only thing what you can do is to apply and go through a lot of companies. I think that's the only way. And then you will find that good fit some point. But yeah, that's about the full-time jobs. We have a job portals for it, and just need to apply. But hey, I love Navshad is having a lot of questions. I'm reading again one more. Uh, Most of the time, I faced problems that without recommendation, interview didn't even call us. How do we get recommendations? How do you know that it was because you didn't have recommendations that they didn't call? Uh, I just told about the example. I can tell one more. I'm just figuring out which one and how to answer this. Okay, let's start with the recommendations because we want to have in very bottom of the CV some recommendations, just that it looks good. I say they don't call to those recommendations. 99% of the cases they just look, but they don't call. Thing is that these recommendations doesn't have to be from Finland. I bet you can find somebody uh, from the country you came, you have worked for, that they would recommend you. Or if you know some people, like from the schools, places you have been, and they would recommend you. It doesn't have to be a work agreement. You can add them. Always ask a permission from it, from the person. And idea of recommendations is just to show that hey, here are people who have good experience from you, and they can actually personally recommend that if you pick this person, most likely it will be a good fit for you. So you can be a creative on this. And then that's why again staff leasing companies are good because they are short, a lot of them have a short term gigs. You can get recommendations through those services easily. Just ask from the foreman that hey, what did you like? Was everything good? Would you recommend me? And would you mind that if I add you in my CV, that I don't put maybe your phone number even, but I can put your work email address. And just be creative and it will come by time. And if you don't have any companies, if you have relatives, ask from there. Mothers, dads always are recommending that hey, my kid is good one. Be creative, but be honest that they would actually recommend you. But let's go back to get the interview part. How do we get into interviews? And like we just went through the case, very often people send application, then they wait, nothing happens, and then some point they get the automated message that sorry, this time you were not good fit for us, but we saved your information in the system and we will come back to you if something opens, which means they will never contact you. And we need to do something before we get that message. And what is it? It's very simple. Let's be active. Let's be honest and very real. Those couple of things will get you really far and it will make you to stand out. So let's assume we found a place, we applied, we sent an application, we did our best job, and then we wait a couple of days because every time there is a person whom you can contact and information how to contact that person. We contact that person, send a very polite message. How are you doing? I sent an application. I'm just checking that did you receive it? And then we ask that, hey, could you tell more about the position? I want to be sure that this is a good fit for me. And then we in the end mentioned that we would be ready to come for interview anytime which is good for you. So we had a call to action. We gave them a solution, very easy. Just send a message to us and we come. And then we wait again. If nothing happens in a couple of days, then we can call that person and ask on the phone, how are you doing? That do you have interview times? Can you tell more about the job? And so on. So we are active and we need to go and get that interview. It doesn't drop on us. That one I can guarantee. Because this person who got the interview got a really nice talk with the recruiter. There was 300 applications. So you need to make those odds to your side. And then what if we don't have contact information in that application? We send an application. Now we're in the situation that hey, we want to contact the company, and we start to look the contact details. We can't find anything. We can find a general email info at company.com. What does that mean? What does that mean? It means it was a ghost job, and they are just collecting people information to their database if there comes an open position or they need to look good outside that hey we are still recruiting people, our company is not in fire, we are fine, give it that front up and so on. But you can also use those if they create a ghost job available, then you can go and take the company information, call to some mid-level boss and ask that how are you doing? You had an application without information that can you tell more about the job and so on. That's also a very good way to make a connection with companies. It brings way less results than the real applications, but if we are in the place that we will do anything and we have that time in hands, we will also react to those ghost jobs because sometimes they bring results. And then one case I need to mention because I talked about this in a WhatsApp with one guy. He was asking that should I do this? He applied for a work and he got a response very, very quickly. And they said that, yeah, your CV looks good. Can you send us your picture of passport, stay permit in Finland, and so on, and we will set an interview for you. And here we have a lot of alarms going on. This uh, job position is purely fake, and only idea and purpose of that job position is to collect pictures of the passport, stay permits, and those will be sold in the black markets when they need to open bank accounts in the questionable banks. Somebody is setting an offshore company, but they need a fake identity, and so on. That's a very common. And when should you send your ID pictures, personal details? It's after interview when you're making the agreement, not before, because they have no way they need your details before. Only if they do a securities check. But then there's an official system to do it. So never send them. And same what I tell people when they are applying for the occupational safety card training, that don't send your social security number, that I don't need it and I I don't want to store it. In Europe we have GDPR, which is very strict how do you collect and save sensitive data. So companies are trying to minimize the sensitive data because consequences are crazy big if those leaks out. Uh, yeah, I don't know how much I went off tracks. Did that one answer the question partly or at all? But does the Rouhani, do you have another questions? I'll show you one thing while you think about questions. Because if we are located in Vantaa, we'll go back to that finder.fi. Now we assume we have applied all the staff leasing companies. And I'll try this one. I'm not sure if this is a correct search term that it's in the system. It is. Like if you want to get construction cleaning in Vantaa, Rakennussiivous Vantaa list the companies are offering that service. You can contact them. And by the way, here you can see the turnover of the company. If it's like 200K a year, just skip it. It's not a big business, and so on. A lot of companies. And what else we can look? See, that was Rakennussiivous. You can make simple term. You can have siivous. Then we have suddenly 180 companies. So just pick your field and put the location, and it will give you a good results. Yeah, hopefully this helped for the questions. And if you want, because now I'm starting to have more free time, I'm not anymore working full time in a construction field, and I have only a couple of education days for this year. That if you want to take that time and you need help with the applying and tweaking the system, you can contact me and I will walk you through. But the trap is here, not the trap. I'm not sure if it's even a trick, but that one is something we would do in a recording studio online, and we would completely mask you away from it, that you don't need to be afraid that your details are shown or even your voice is heard. But idea is there that we get the systems and we can share those videos to people who has the same problem, because I get it. Finnish job market is crazy. I don't know, is it a crazy hard? It's just crazy place to enter and get that good position and how to navigate there. It doesn't work like in many other countries that you apply, you go talk with, you walk in and you start working. Here it's with a lot of networking, being active and getting those recommendations. Yeah, it's a different world. But those videos would help a lot of people. Okay, Ruhani said thanks. So I think it helped. Um, we have we have a bit time left because I said that we have around 1 hour time. I'll show you what's our backup. What can we do if if let's say not if not, let's say while we are looking for a permanent job, we can be, for example, freelancer meanwhile. And this is something, I'm not sure if it's specific for the Finnish work environment, but it is way different than many other countries. I'm going to Google again something. Uh, I'm not sure will it give me a list? It's because I'm not logged in. I'll change the tab. Here it is. I'm gonna change the screen again. Oh, did I get the right one? Okay. Uh, let's see. Yes, screen sharing is on. Um, while we are looking for a job, we are going through applications. We are contacting staff leasing companies. We go through local companies, and this is something you can do on site because it opens a lot of opportunities because you are anyway talking with companies, and and you can also bill for your work without having a company. It means that you can make an agreement with private client, with a company, doesn't matter, and make an agreement with them that hey, I you have a task here, I'm ready to do it, price is this, and then you agree that hey, let's start. But how to get money out from that deal? You can use billing service. It means that you pick your service you want, you create a bill in their system, they will send a bill to client pays the bill for a billing service, and billing service will pay all the taxes from it. They will take their service fee, and then they will pay money for you like it would be a salary. And what is a good thing with this system? You get to bill, for example, companies and private people, and same time you have insurances that if something goes wrong, there is insurance which will come and help you. Because let's assume you go to a construction work uh, and some demolition job, very simple one, but you somehow manage to break a water pipe. You get a water damage. It would be really expensive if you would need to carry that cost. It would practically mean a personal bankruptcy, but building service has insurance, and that insurance company will take the case and get it fixed. So it's a safe way to work. You just need to remember that some services wants that you announce a gig in advance, and then the insurance is valid. Like Forworks has, I think, up to 2 million euros. It's a really good insurance. And we have a lot of these kind of companies in Finland. Okay, free is here first. I would skip it. I wouldn't consider it. They had some problems in the past, and people didn't have that good experience. But what we have a Ukko here. But thing is that the base fee is 5%, and then you add insurance. Suddenly you will lose 8% of your bill to company. That's way too high. Because let's think, when you work, even for yourself, you need to think about that I would be a company and count your expenses like that. And I'll keep a rule that, for example, if I charge for a billing, it can't go over. let's say 4%, the fees, what will go from the bill. Because basically, if you would be a company, that's the profit margin for many companies. And it would mean that you are overpaying. So we need to look different cheaper services. Ukko is a really old one. It's really good, but a bit pricey. Easy, same thing. They have a really good system. There's some promotion that you can charge bill 250 euros for free. I used that one. I tried the service, but basically, again, too expensive. Here is again 4% plus 3, 7. Okay, too expensive. 3, okay, looks better. And it says that that insurance is included. Okay, this one is good. Uh, Forworks, they have a top-notch uh, client service. I use a lot this company, and good thing with this company is the more you bill, the smaller the percentage is. Mine is already quite low, so it's no brainer, at least for me. And what I like in it, when I compare to many other billing services, because one point I I tried a lot of different options because I wanted to get feeling what kind of companies we have. Uh, the main thing, speed of customer service. It's annoying if you have sent a bill out, you are waiting for the money, there's maybe some problem, and customer service, it takes a week to answer you. It's really nerve-wracking experience. Like I had a one, it was, I think I can say it loud because it's my experience. Uh, that company was called Truster. I created a bill, it looked like approved and so on. And then I was waiting that, hey, where is my money? The due day went, another week went. And then I sent a message to customer service that, hey, that where is my money? And the client says that they haven't seen a bill. And in a week they answered that, hey, uh, bill looks good, but we didn't send it out because we are missing your agreement with client that you are allowed to charge kilometer money and so on. So it took a week, money was jammed. In the end, I canceled the bill through that company, and then I created with the four works, and that bill was out in a couple of hours. And client paid straight away, and I got my money. So really important to pick the service which makes sense. Then Bisse is mentioned here. I think their fee is now a bit higher. It used to be 1%, but this one says that insurance is included. A couple of years ago, I used Bisse for works. I didn't need insurance. I got it with 1%. So that's a good one. And we can see 4%. Here's 3 to 4. Again, minimum fee 16 euros. Not cool. You can see the list is big. Hey, Truster is mentioned here. That was the company. Why did I use that they have a solid price for a month, 49 euros. That sounds a really good deal. You can bill as much as you want, but what killed it for me was the speed of the customer service. It was too nerve-wracking and it too many extra steps. I want that things goes very fluently and so on. And here's a varvama. This is a bit annoying that sometimes they throw you that, okay, we have a 5% fee for our services, but then bam, lisämaksu 2.8, 2.8%. Why on earth they can't say that our fee is 7.8%? So it's a bit fishy, and I would stay away from that kind of companies. Uh, Now I'm trying to get you a one tip. I'm looking for it here. Here it is. Because you use billing service after the job is done, if you have agreed that way. And let's assume that I did yard works. I installed maybe stonework, everything went good, client is happy, everything is approved. My bill is, let's say, 3,000 euros. That's very, very realistic. now, now I need to take a calculator. Bear with me. Bear with me. What on earth I'm doing? And let's have a small comparison. 3K. That's what we built. And our first company would take 8%. Uh, I can see weekend is coming. I'm not on my best. It's 240 euros they would take. Okay, it's lifting a bit here up that it's a big fee to pay. Then we pick a different company. Let's say that that one was how it could be. It was easy. That example was from easy. So let's say that we take four works. Same 3K, 3.6% fee. That's 100 euros for a bill. Okay, that's more reasonable. But then here's a trick I have used, that if I got a job with not that many responsibilities, when the job is done, there's a zero risk, at least close to zero, that it will backfire and it will it will cause liabilities to me. I'll go and I take a billing service which have a fixed fee, like 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 this one, Keikkalasku. Check this out. It's 10 euros that they will send your bill, they will pay the taxes, and they will pay the money to your bank account. It's a big difference. First, we had almost 300 euros, then we had 108, and now we ended up paying 10 euros. So we have a lot of different tricks how to navigate into Finnish job market and work with your money. Because the reality is, this is relatively expensive country. Okay, but that was too small. This is really expensive country, and we need to be careful with money and check that we are not overpaying. Because if we pay the biggest fee to every direction we can, we will run out of money, and there is no reward from our work. It applies to every service we use here. And same also banks. Best banking combination I have found out is the free S-Pankki for the logging online and so on. And then my main bank account is actually in Revolut, because there, if I have reserves, I can have them in a high interest bank account, interest account, and I can raise them. I can actually withdraw money there in a couple of seconds. So the money I have, it's all the time creating a bit interest, and it's working for me same time. But yeah, that's a different story. If people want to know about Finnish banks, I can tell a lot from them too. But let's see. Back to chat. I can see there's a Ruhanis thanks, the last one. We have been yakking an hour. Do you have any questions at this point? Or do we wrap the day? We have almost spent my time. How are you feeling? Because I still have time, I can answer the questions. If not, then I will go and work with a couple of videos I'm going to put online next week. I also write in the chat same time. I'll write there. That was a good question. Yeah. But yeah, we're slowly wrapping, and like usually in live, I will now close the camera and the microphone, and I will hang a couple of minutes in the chat that if you have questions. And it was a really good live. We have a couple of people joined us today. Stats shows that we had 4 people at once, but people were changing, and we got a nice audience. And main thing was that we got got a couple of questions to answer, and we will continue with this next Friday again. We have a live, and then I also try to have lives during the Christmas time. It depends if the Friday hits for some holidays, then I might change the day or upload something else. But yeah, thank you again, and always happy to answer to your questions.